Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good time zones, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Auto Club Speedway for this round of the Fixed Truck Series right here on the Racer Elite Network. I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth, and alongside me, joining me very shortly, will be the one, the only Matt Metler. And let me tell you what, we've got 80 laps of awesome racing coming your way here today. And before we dive into things with the race, let's go ahead here and take a look here at why that's not updating. I don't know your track information here for today. It is a 2-mile speedway, so we're going for 160 miles here today. Your air temperature is 75 degrees, track temperature 78 degrees, winds at west-southwest to south at just about 6 miles an hour. These guys will have 4 sets of tires, 1 fast repair, 3 Green-White-Checkered attempts, and a 75 fuel limit here today. Let's go ahead and jump over here and take a look here at your current point standings for the Tuesday Truck Series. Alex Teft will lead Blair Holloman by 2 points as he took over your points lead last week in that number 43 Racer Elite machine. Sean Dunaway, he still sits there back in third, still in striking distance for the championship and his third in a row. Brandon Sanfilippo, Andrew Teft will be currently tied 15 points back away from Alex Teft. And then Alex Gates and Truth Hoke are going to be 16 and 20 points back respectively. Pretty much from here on out, every point is going to matter for all of these drivers. And with that being said, I'm going to stop running my mouth. We're going to go ahead and take a look here at your current standings here as these drivers are getting ready to finish up qualifying here in just about 3 minutes. And let me tell you what, you guys, I'm super stoked. I'm super excited to get this thing underway. Let's go ahead and head down trackside, see what we've got going on down track. Curtis Ecker just finishing up his qualifying attempt. Sean Dunaway finishing up his now. Kirby Wainscott coming across the start-finish line to complete his first lap. And that's going to put him just about 15th on the leaderboard for the moment. But of course, that always can change. Sean Dunaway finishing up, Alex Gates finishing up his last attempt. Currently sitting in that third position as he makes his way out of turn 4 in his Marine number 77. And that's going to put him second quick. Kirby Wainscott taking the high line out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He's looking to better his time. 13th will be up on the leaderboard for Kirby Wainscott. So with that being said, I believe that's everybody down here on track. All right, we got just about 40 seconds here remaining left in qualifying. That's going to be it for qualifying for these drivers. Oh, those add these. Doing some final touch-ups here as we get ready to go green flag racing. That's going to do it right there, ladies and gentlemen, for alrighty. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go into our starting lineup here for today's race here at Auto Club. And I just got word Matt Miller, he'll be joining us here very shortly as he's just now getting home from work. So we're going to go ahead and begin our starting lineup for today's race. Starting on the pole, it's going to be that number 12 machine of Brandon Sanfilippo. Joining him, it's going to be the driver of that number 77 United States Marine machine, Alex Gates. On the inside of row number 2, the Monster Energy truck driven by Blair Holloman. He'll be joined by the Hello Kitty 01 of Sean Dunaway. Inside row number 3, you got that Racers Elite number 43 of Alex Teft. He'll be joined by Wind Creek Event Center number 4, Dennis Kane. Inside row number 4, you got the number 99 for that Renthal Troy Lee Designs, number 99, Philip Archibald, and the Road Rangers number 98, Vandrew Teft. Inside row number 5, you got the Nelson's number 96 machine of Barry Nelson. He'll be joined by the Polyfill Aaron Roth number 57 machine. Curtis Ecker in the number 8 for the Family Traditions RV rental machine. He'll be on the inside of row 6. Joining him will be the Bud Light driver number 55, Truth Oak. Inside row number 7, the Racers Elite number 10 machine of Kirby Wainscott. He'll be joined by the Aztec Sim Sports number 707 of Chris Gotzel. On the inside, row 8, Hess driver Kyle Hess, and Raptor number 23, Frank Chavez. Row number 9, you got the number 88 of Troy Thomas in the Thomas 3D printing and engraving machine. He'll be joined by the Grizzly number 50, Terry Fennell. That's going to round out your field of 18 trucks here today, as all these trucks are now taking their first outing laps here. As we take a look here at the drivers coming out of turn number 2. Brandon Sanfilippo, Alex Gates going to bring the field to the green flag. I talked with Blair Holloman for a brief couple moments, leading up into the race, and he's feeling really good about this racetrack today. He says we can expect to see a lot of side-by-side racing, as that middle to high groove has a lot of grip up top. So we are looking for some awesome racing here out of all these guys. And as I said, right now, we're going to get ready to go green flag racing. The iRacing.com pace truck is off into our start zone. Brandon Sanfilippo, Alex Gates will bring the field to the green flag. And we are green flag racing for the first time here tonight at Auto Club. Brandon Sanfilippo will hold strong on that inside lane with help from Blair Holloman in that number 27. Alex Gates, he's going to be cleared. No, he's going to make a run on the outside. Look at that momentum he gets on turn number 2 on the first lap. Down the back straightaway. What a drag race here for that second and third spot at the moment. Alex Gates all over Brandon Sanfilippo, pushing Brandon Sanfilippo into turn number 3. He's going to back off, but he's going to lose a little bit of momentum here as they make their way out of turn number 4 for the first time here today. Brandon Sanfilippo will lead the first lap, followed by Blair Holloman. But here comes Alex Gates and the Hello Kitty number 01 of Sean Dunaway looking to make it run on the outside as well. But don't blink now. Here comes your current points leader of Alex Teft in that number 43 machine. He's now looking on the inside to take over that 4th position. Really a great performance at the moment for all of these drivers. Sorry about this, guys. I just want to go and pull up the chat here real quick, just in case anybody is in here. Because I know here on Tuesday nights we normally have a couple of chatters, so we'll just wait for them to pop into chat here. Sophie, see, I told you. Sophie, how you doing? How was your week? Right now, Brandon Sanfilippo leads the field here out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 3. Blair Holloman in that number 27 Monster Energy. He'll be there for a second. Dunaway, Alex Gates, Alex Teft, and then Andrew Teft right behind him. As you see, Sean Dunaway, he will lay down a fast lap of the race. And obviously that's always subject to change, as we've got side-by-side racing now for the race lead. Here comes Holloman to the outside of Brandon Sanfilippo. Here we go, headed down into turn number 3. Still side-by-side for the race lead. With these two drivers still duking it out, that allows everybody else to regain on them. And here comes Sean Dunaway. He's now looking on the inside of Sanfilippo for that second spot. You'll be back next week. All right, Mr. Yost. Can't wait to see ya. Now here comes Sean Dunaway in that number 01 machine, still working the inside of Alex Gates for that third spot, not able to complete the pass. So he's going to fall back. Alex Teft, he's going to fall back in line as well. And here comes Andrew Teft, also following in the footsteps of his brother as they come here through turns 3 and 4. And just look at the pure mayhem behind them here. Still great side-by-side racing here through the field. Looking to go possibly 3 wide there with Archibald. They're going to go ahead and get themselves sorted out there as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. This track is wide enough for everybody to run double wide. And I hear a knock in my ear. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Mr. Incredible Voice himself, Matt Metler. Welcome in, buddy.
Thanks for having me, brother, and welcome to Southern California, the great last house that Penske built, Auto Club Speedway, and the boys I see are already getting after it early in this one. Big time racing going up here at the front of this piece for the lead. A little monster on old school, old tel throwback action. San Filippo and Holloman, they are duking it out. They got the Marines bringing the charge up for third. And look at the Alex version. Teft, oh, the 77 gets in the wall. And it's the Teft brothers. Andrew's going to try and shoot it 3 wide, a move you typically don't see him do this early, and it is a parking lot at the front of this field here at this beautiful racetrack that I miss so dear much because of this kind of racing right here. 4 wide now, just about going through turns 1 and 2. Is everyone fumbling for position? Mike, are you seeing this right now? It is ludicrous. Back to 3 wide now. Here comes Hoke on the bottom in the 55. Kirby Wayne Scott's taking the high line around this thing, and we're still 3 wide through the corner. We're fighting for positions everywhere. San Filippo almost dumps the 55.
4 wide, not going to end good. Save it, boys. No, there it goes. There it goes.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that wasn't the primary choice of word I wanted to use there, but oh, my God.
Matt Metler comes up into the tower. Look, Matt Metler comes up into the tower, and everything breaks loose because they know they've got a better announcer on board now, and they're like, hell yeah, let's get him a good show. Screw that Mike guy.
First of all, as far as I'm concerned, you are the voice of this league, buddy. Second of all, cannot do it without team and great people surrounding you. Let's go back and look at this replay. What in the name of Jesus is going on here?
I don't
in this race?
I don't think they realized that they were 4 wide there. And then unfortunately when the 12 comes back up across the track and Brandon Sanfilippo, he's going to take out Troy Thomas there, right in front of Hess. I don't know how Hess was able to avoid that. That was crazy.
You know, usually Hess has some really bad luck in these races. That's typically a truck he takes to the face. Not in this time, though. Kyle has watched this from the onboard. I mean, he's got front row VIP tickets to this thing. He's going to sneak by. How?
Wow.
He jumped on the grinders at the perfect time and a mere inches from disaster. Great heads-up driving from Kyle Hess there, Mike. What did I walk into? I mean, this race is just absolutely absurd at the front of this thing as everyone now coming down pit road, wholesale pit stops being led by your leader, Holloman. Mike, that was a slugfest, and we're barely a handful of laps into this thing. And, you know, as we work lap 11 of the scheduled 80, see some of the front runners starting to peel off here. Big time moves as well from Andrew Teft. Typically, you don't see him getting aggressive this early. That tells me he's very confident with the performance of his Ford. Let's see who gets it done here on pit road. And again, I'm already out of breath, and it's barely lap 12, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been absolutely crazy here. Alex Teft in the 43. He'll come up second. Philip Archibald will bring it up to third. Andrew Teft will bring it to fourth. And then Curtis Secker out of nowhere will bring it up to fifth. So, good movement out of your top 5 here. Rob, I could not agree with you more. Having triples and a good overlay system helps there for sure. But if you have one that will call out 4 wide, let me know, because I could definitely use that overlay myself.
Takes 2 of us, brother. 100% for certain. That was some insane big-time racing up at the front of this thing. I don't know about you, Mike. I'm out of breath already. We're barely lap 12 in this race as the lights do go out on that iRacing.com pace truck. That means we're getting back to the boogie this time by... Hold on, folks. Make sure you got plenty of kernel-free popcorn, the beverage of your choice, because you're not going to want to leave your seats when this thing goes back green.
I could not agree more with you on that one. Let me tell you what. I was about to make the statement. I think we are at Talladega or Daytona, because the way these guys were drafting, running 3 wide, then pushing it 4 wide. I think we're at Talladega, so... Google the Jimmy Johnson cusp. Yeah, I do have that. Did they actually call out the 4 wide? And I don't like it when they call me names because I finished dead last, by the way. Just saying.
That's actually a song by the Goo Goo Dolls, believe it or not, from Buffalo, my hometown. Another thing that's wide is this racetrack. You can run 5 wide here. And as we really saw these drivers exploring the space as we get ready to go back, green flag racing, Mike. Into the Geico restart zone, green flag back in the air, back on the loud pedal, and those glorious V8s come charging back to life here in prime time. The bottom lane gets the jump. The Monster Man, he's going to put the pedal to the metal, the skinny to the mini, and here we go. Side by side, the battle of TRDs behind him. That's the Alex version, Tef. Then you have the 99 of Ultra Bolt. His brother says, hey, if you can do it, I can do it too. You got the Teft brothers ripping on the outside. That 27 may want to think about coming up. There you go, block that lane. These trucks put on such a great show here, and we're going to get another taste of that in just a second as we start already to fan out, going through turns 3 and 4, side by side, door to door. I don't know, look at Wayne Scott trying to make moves here on this restart. He is ripping the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies, and he's got a bead sent back on that I believe that's the 10 machine. Excuse me, that's the 8 machine out there on the racetrack, running to the outside of Teft in the 98. Back to business as usual, and Holloman going to be out to about a 0.25 second advantage over Teft, Eckerd, Andrew, and Wayne Scott. That's the top 5. And Mike, there's your favorite driver, the 01 Hello Kitty ride right there, 3 wide, just about coming off the quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to point out Kirby, Wayne Scott, and Curtis Secker and the numbers 8 and 10. They have moved up 8 spots since we've gone green flag racing. That's the most movement we have seen out of any of the drivers. So tied currently for the most movement, it's going to be, I said it's going to be right now Kirby, Wayne Scott, and Curtis Secker, except Curtis Secker just got around Alex. So that's going to put him up 9 spots since we've gone green flag racing. All right. Rob,
and back
yes, okay.
Oh, you talk. No, I.
No, I was answering wrong. I was answering wrong.
Gotcha. I was confused there. Sorry about that, buddy. Well, I'll tell you what. That outside lane just proven you can utilize that as a teleportation device to the front of this piece. Is the 8 making big-time moves on the high side of the racetrack. Wade Scott trying to replicate that as he's already gathered a bunch of positions here. Look at Eckert drive to the front of this thing. That's going to be your metallic green Chevrolet that you see ripping the high side of this racetrack. In fact, he has now got the draft off of the 27 Monster Ford F-150. And he is there now looking to make a move. Big time speed out of this 8 machine, at least here in the early going. He's going to turn down underneath. Plenty of real estate between these two. But Holloman's going to try to keep the mustard on the back of that thing. Taking the sauce off the high side of the racetrack. Look at the squeeze job. Tried to cross over. That didn't work. He's going to drive it down to the flatlands, trying to break the draft. And while that's going on, that's allowing Alex Teft in that Toyota to now join the fun here, up for the lead battle. Top 3 under a blanket, and here comes Wayne Scott knocking on the back door.
Yeah, absolutely. Blair Holloman, he has a big issue, and that issue is called chicken coop racing as they make their way down into turn number 1 here for the 18th time. And let me tell you what, Blair Holloman, he does not let anything shake him. It doesn't matter how many chicken coop drivers are behind him. He is absolutely strong. He is wicked fast. And, you know, I did speak to him earlier today. He was talking about, I mentioned it at the start of the broadcast, how, you know, that high side, middle side is going to have a lot of grip, which we are seeing actually right now. And he actually told me he's not sure how well he's going to fare because he didn't really get to practice too much this week here at Auto Club. But obviously, Blair Holloman, he don't need no practice. He can just show up and race. But
no practice, no problem tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are now drag racing down the back straightaway for that first spot.
That's right. It's a John 4 special. Look at the 27 doing the jig. He got a little loose there, but he keeps his foot murdered to the floorboard. Side by side, door to door, Chevrolet on Toyota John 4 special. Here comes the Colonel trying to make it 3 wide, but that run gets blocked by the 27. They almost touch coming through the tri-oval at the line. A mere 0.06 of a second as we now go on board with Kirby thinking about shooting the gap 3 wide into 1, and then he checks out of it. I thought Wayne Scott for a moment there was going to try to snag the lead with a highlight reel move. Going 3 wide at the last second. He let out of the loud pedal. Gets that truck resettled here in 3rd. You can see here as we go on board now with your leader, the GoPro action camera pointing back at all of the fury on the racetrack. Get a beautiful picture there of Eckert in the 8. And look at these trucks just stacked up behind him. And that is product of this current package on this Craftsman truck combined with the awesomeness of this racetrack. Little piece of the wall there. That's not going to be a problem. If you're trying to put down a hot one here, you might scrape the wall just a little bit as we're right back to the boogie now. The 8 going back on the attack, and Wayne Scott is feeling feisty as too. That's your top 3. Then you don't got to look much further, folks. Teft, the Alex version. Dennis now up to 5th. Truth Hope, Roth, and Archibald. They are literally running less than 1 second apart from each other. And this isn't a super speedway. This is the awesomeness of Auto Club. You have about as much width as 2 semi-trucks are long from the bottom to the top. You can easily fit 5 cars, 5 trucks wide. And look at all this racing that is going on. Mike, you need about 10 of us to cover everything happening right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that's why I'm kind of jumping all over the place at the moment because we got an awesome battle for your top 3. We got an awesome battle back here for this 8th spot. You've got a good battle back here with the 23, you know, still chasing the field. Alex Gates, he had that issue, and he's actually off pace at the moment. But, I don't know who to pay attention to, but right now, we got a good battle all through this entire field.
I'll flip the subject just for a second. I feel bad for Gates. Right before he had that moment, he was right up there at the front in the mix. Hopefully he'll catch a caution and able to get himself back in this race. But for right now, he is mired back in that 18th place position. Back up to the front, carrying the torch. It's Holloman, but not by much. Wayne Scott has been clipping at his heels. And now look at the newcomer to the front here. It's everyone's favorite elderly driver, Mr. Where Did He Come From? Truth Hope making his name known in this one. He said, hey, I love this racetrack. It's one of my best in my opinion. And I'm going to go up there and I'm going to place a bid for the dub tonight. And look at Teft. He's going to turn and try to burn the 55, hang him out here as he cuts down underneath him, as he sends it all the way down to the flatlands, almost to the bottom. We've seen everyone trying to rip the top. The 40. Ooh, 3 wide there, Mike. I got worried. You saw the flames bark out of the Ford of Dennis. He thought better of that one, too, as he thought there was some contact about to be made. Skinny coming off of this corner. It gets really tight on corner exit.
I'm sorry, I'm geeking out right now, guys. Forgive me.
Oh, you're good, man. Geek away, buddy. That makes 2 of us. Might start sounding like a hamster or a guinea pig over here if this keeps going on at this rate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were 3 wide for second. So Kirby Wayne Scott, he was able to get up there past I don't even know, Curtis. I don't even know who was up there anymore.
They're racing all over the place, folks.
They are.
They're literally exploring every inch this racetrack has to offer right now. Getting back to what I was saying, getting Skinny off the corner. It's not that you run on a racetrack, you still have the same width. It's just the way the energy and the way that you come off the corner, it has a tendency to want to just wad these trucks up together. And that was almost what we had there at 3 wide a moment or 2 ago. But hey, we got that corrected. Now Wayne Scott looking for his first time to carry the torch here. Not quite enough. The 27 throws a slight block, puts some dirty air on the nose of that TRD-powered machine. He's going to try to reload and set him up here. Going back into 1. Watch for Kirby to try the dive bomb down to 1. There he goes. The 27 goes up to the nosebleeds. It's going to be a John Ford special off the corner. Who can get back to the gas first? Who's got the help in the high lane is going to have all the help, and look at him just absolutely blow the doors off the 10, going back into the corner, and that's where the drafting component of this comes in. Mike, and you talked about that earlier. You got to have some friends here as well to help you. Kirby didn't have the support. The 27 had the numbers, and he is back to the lead. Kirby almost now relegated back to 4th just because he didn't have a dance partner. Hey, what, folks, while all this is going on, one name we really haven't mentioned a lot of tonight or post that caution is Andrew Teft. I mean, he was really wild with some of the moves he was making here before that. Now he is quietly just kind of chilling back in that 7th place position. I think this is a veteran move here. He's going to let these guys kind of burn off their tires a little bit, and he's just going to sit, wait, and watch. And he'll make his moves at the right time as he's just methodically just trimming some fat off the board right now. I feel like logging some laps in that Ford F-150. Whoa, big time moment in front of Teft. He had to get very, very aggressive on the wheel. He finds his brother, and I think he said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to the front. Because after he battle. Absolutely 3 wide, now 4 wide for a moment here at the front. Sean Dunaway, where did he come from? He just squirted out of a hot dog bun, got the lead, jumped up in front of the 27, almost checks the top lane completely into a big-ass wreck. and he's getting pushed 3 deep going back into the corner. Are you kidding me?
I was actually talking and realized I muted my mic for some odd reason. And let me tell you what, these guys, I don't think that they remember they're at Auto Club. I think they're at a super speedway because these drafts are insane here with this package. We are running 3 wide. We are running 4 wide. We're in a pack. From 1st to 14th is all 0.7 seconds of each other. That's it. That's it.
That's Talladega numbers right there. I mean, if I ever heard them, I would have thought this is Dega myself. The Tef brothers now team back up and work together, even though one's in a Ford and one is in a Toyota. The 2 Chevrolets on the high side. Now it's going to be the 55, I hope. There's Eckert. I think the 8 might have used up his tires a little bit. I think he's got that right rear a little toasty right now, as he's really been up on the wheel on that top shelf of the racetrack. Now look at Teft. He's got it back to kill. He's got his partner, the chicken coop, behind him. Well, here comes the fishing boys. The 4 and the 12 working together. Look at this. He's going to try to reel him back in. Now the little tandem draft with San Filippo and Dennis. They're just behind this battle. These trucks now are starting to mix things up, perhaps with Darrell Waltrip used to call comers and goers. These guys at the front, while it's been exciting and high-flying, high-octane, they're going to be punishing these good years. Oh, someone just caught a big piece of the fence.
Oh, that would have been the 43 of Alex Teft as he's fallen back. The other person who I was about to mention who's also gotten the piece of the wall quite a few times is a Blair Holloman in that number 27 machine. As we have contact, the 99 saves it. They all save it. The 27, he is coming down pit road now. And man, let me tell you what, this is absolute pure chaos. So Blair Holloman in that 27, as I mentioned, he got into the wall hard when he was in that 3 wide situation for the race lead. And he fell back, kind of similar to that number 43, who is now all the way back here in that 13th position and still losing as we have trouble on the back straightaway.
Get on the binders, get out of the way. How did the 88 get through that? Is the 96 is going the wrong way? He finally gets it checked down. He's going to grab a gear and flip it right round. And we're lucky that wreck wasn't bigger. Looked like maybe someone ran on a racetrack and got turned across the nose straight up into the safer barrier there. As we go back now to the Racers Elite instant replay. Keep your eyes there centered right around the 4. Or excuse me, the 96. And I think that starts from the 96's reaction to the 4. It seemed like maybe he got just a little bit loose, and when he did, the 96 checked on the throttle just a little bit. At least that's my initial read on it, Mike.
Yeah, that's what I feel as well. And this is from Troy Thomas.
What a ride there for the Nitrous Cowboy. He found the honey hole, the parting of the Red Seas, if you will, the straight and narrow path through the heart of that storm. Way to thread the needle there, the 88. And the 96 don't look that bad, Mike. I thought it was going to be a little bit more damage there to that Chevrolet, but seems to be rolling, and the wheels are pointed straight. Everyone coming down pit road again, this on lap 35 already, almost halfway of the scheduled 80 laps here tonight from California.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, this actually is going to benefit 2 drivers. That's Kirby Wainscott and Blair Holloman. You know, those 2 already came down on pit road, so they're looking lap 28 and lap 32 when they both came down respectively. So they're going to walk away right now with that race lead. But let me tell you what, tires matter a lot here, and things are about to get even more intense. You guys buckle up. We're almost halfway.
What tires?
Yeah.
I don't care that it's nighttime. You race like that, those good years are going to be screaming for mercy. You keep racing like that. And I'll tell you what, it makes for some awesome awesome content to be able to be up here in the booth with you and call this race as these drivers literally get a chance to catch their breath. It's Hello Kitty up there in that third and final podium position is the 96 Nelson's sponsorship on board, and you have the 707 still in the pits. Extended repairs there on a couple of these trucks. Now the 50 is going to grab a gear. He is down and away. And Mike, plenty of time to work on these trucks also, like Daytona or Talladega. Is this racetrack over 2 miles in this, the last great house that Penske built? Everyone knows Roger Penske built Michigan, but a lot of people don't know that this racetrack initially, Fontana Speedway, when it first opened back in the late 90s, also built by Roger Penske himself. At the time, this is what they thought the future of NASCAR would look like. Big, massively wide, progressive banking racetracks with a ton of straightaway speed and all the room you want in the corners to put on all the passing you would like. However, sometimes things just don't materialize how you would like it to or you foresee. This racetrack saw its last action in 2023, won by the late, great Kyle Busch, and now it's been reduced to an Amazon factory. However, it lives on in iRacing, and I thank God for that, because this track never really got the credit it's due, in my opinion, as that field now makes their way into the turns 3 and 4 complex, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I last checked Google Maps. There's still the front straightaway grandstands and part of that track and everything. You know, it's all still there, but eventually, you know, they got to do something to preserve those final marks that Kyle Busch made down on that Auto Club Speedway logo on the front straightaway. Talk about front straightaway. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Kirby Wainscott, Blair Holloman will bring the field back to the green flag as they start shifting up through the gears. And Wainscott, he will overtake that top spot. And now here comes Sean Dunaway. He's looking to get on the inside of Blair Holloman for that second position as they make their way down out of turn number 2 here for the first time for this caution here. And let me tell you what, we're just about 5 laps away from halfway, and man, if you guys have enjoyed the racing so far, buckle up even tighter, because I bet you it's going to get intense with Blair Holloman looking to take the race lead up at the wall.
Kirby said, not today. He kept the pepper on it. He kept his foot in it. And once again, Kirby gets left hung out to dry. Everyone in favor of working with the monster ride versus the 10. Kirby, you got to do more on the social side of things, man. You got to have friends out there on the racetrack, buddy. We got to get you with the times, man.
Absolutely. You know, but
I love that guy.
you also have to remember, a lot of these guys right here, they are in the running for the championship this year. Blair Holloman, he's looking for his 3rd championship. Andrew Teft, he's looking for his 3rd. Sean Dunaway, he's looking for his 3rd in a row. So there's a lot at stake here, you know, in the final couple of races, and so far these guys, they're not holding back.
They're not, and you think sometimes, you know, the lure, you know, what it means to win in this series wears off, especially if you've won, you know, 2 or 3 championships, and the answer is no. Just take a look at how these guys are running right now. And I mean, we haven't seen it lighten off even a little bit, maybe just before that caution, and that was just because out of sheer panic, because there was nothing left of those tires. Those Goodyears were absolutely obliterated from all of this. Next level, the greatest show you will see on Tuesday night in iRacing, happening right here, right now, is Dunaway leads for the moment. Now the 27 kind of switches up the logic here. His plan of attack, he was ripping the top the first 40 laps of this race, as we're now officially halfway. As you saw there, he went to the bottom. Here comes the 4 of Dennis Kahn and company. He's 3 wide. Let's see if the 12 comes down to pick him up. He does. Remember, San
Four
Filippo
wide.
in the 4. Oh my God, we're 4 wide again off of the corner. Teft, the 98 on the top shelf of the racetrack, was trying to clear it. He barely got it done.
Let's freaking go.
This is some good, you know what, buddy.
This is some amazing racing here at Auto Club in this fixed Tuesday night truck series. And let me tell you what, if you guys want to join in, head over to racerelite.com. Hit that link over to our Discord. Andrew Tepp can get you all set up. And let me tell you what, guys, what an amazing racing we have so far. That 10 of Kirby Wainscott, he is still falling back, though. He's now back in the 11th position. But right now, your race leader is your defending Truck Series champion, Sean Dunaway.
It's a great point. Defending champion Sean Dunaway, and he is out there doing what he needs to do. I mentioned him earlier. He needed a caution, and guess what? He got one. And here comes the Marines leading the charge on the high side of the racetrack. Don't look now, but Gates is back inside the top 5. He is in 5th. What a recovery for the 77.
Yeah,
Mike's so happy.
absolutely.
I was going to say, Mike's so happy he may have muted himself again.
I did. I'm over here hooting and hollering, watching this race, and yeah, that 77, he is on the move, but I'm getting a little worried about that Dodge Ram of the number 27 of Blair Holloman. He keeps tapping the wall on exits of some of these corners. You don't want to do it too much. I think Truth Hook was trying to get himself in line, but he just couldn't get there. So he said, screw it. I'm going to go on the inside here of the 27, but access denied because of the draft. He's going to fall back behind Alex Gates, and now he's going to have to try a different plan.
We were past tense, because as soon as I say that, we fan back out again.
Hey, man, I think I just lost you for a minute.
Well, that was a very, very up close and personal lightning strike. Whew. Wow, that one even got my attention. Yeah, I think we're back. We're good, Mike.
All right. And it looks like you're not the only one having issues out there. Alex Gates in that 77, he's starting to go in and out as well. So he's going to have to pay a little bit closer attention to that and be careful of netcode. But right now, Sean Dunaway in that 01 Hello Kitty Chevrolet, he is out front leading this field, coming to lap number 47. We are now a little bit over halfway. And let me tell you what, I'm excited to see how this is all going to go, because I believe we're still going to have possibly one more pit stop, depending on how everybody's tires look. Because in that 34 lap run that we just had, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see, you know, how everybody's tires did look, and will they be able to make it all the way from here.
Well, I think that's why we're starting to see a downtrend in the very aggressive racing out there on the racetrack, because they saw their tire wear and they said, there is no way those Goodyears are going to work if we have to make one more pit stop and race that hard. And I think that's why we've seen the aggression dial or just taper back ever so slightly. Also perhaps trying to maximize some fuel economy here. That's why we're seeing the single file racing now versus the 4 abreast mayhem that I actually love, though. Not that I'd rather see him race like that all race long, but it'd be nice for us broadcasters to catch our breath too. Is on the 27 kind of backsliding a little bit. Holloman, I mean, he's pretty much been the staple of this race so far. Now finds himself back in 3rd. So the most dirty air I believe that truck has been in all night long. And then you have the Hornet's Nest right here. You have Andrew Teft, who is basically daring himself to be different like everyone else on the top shelf, working the middle. Andrew is committed to that low line, and I know why he's doing that. He's trying to maximize the life out of those Dr. Feelgoods on that Ford F-150. He knows if he wants to have a fast truck over the course of a long run, the bottom is where it's at, even though you give up some speed in the first half of the first portion of this stint. Is he's going to find a spot. Look at him just precisely just shove the truck up into that hole. That was some precision driving right there at Teft. He makes it look so easy. And Mike, you and I both know it's anything but just to watch him make some of these moves sometimes, he's really methodical with the way he's able just to create space and not cause chaos while doing it. I mean, that's a talent that's hard to find out there.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more. And I had a very fun, interesting conversation with the driver right behind him, that 57 machine of Aaron Roth. That was close. That was close. So Aaron Roth in that number 57. Normally, we would see him in a different paint scheme, but he's in a polyfill Baby Ruth paint scheme this week. He told me at work his buddies pick on him and tell him and call him, you're just a field filler. So he went out and found a polyfill paint scheme to as a knockoff for a field filler. And in the other league that he races in, his name is Aaron Roth, but everybody calls him Ruth, like Baby Ruth. So he runs a Baby Ruth logo on that truck as well. Fun little fact there about that 57 machine.
For that, we'll just call him Baby Polly moving forward for the rest of tonight in the 57. That was a great story. Thanks for that extra insight there. As he's hoping to get a little bit more positions made up here in that Ram-powered machine. Is now Teft is getting back after it, and you see what I'm talking about, folks. Remember this. Teft, San Filippo, some of the other Fords, they are staying committed to the bottom of this racetrack, or at least the lower half. Most of these guys have been up near the fence. That's where you're going to find the peak speeds. But the bottom, remember this if it trends this way, because I'm going to remind you of it if it does. The bottom lane, that's the tire conservation lane. And that's why you see some of these guys like Andrew Teft, San Filippo, Alex Teft, his brother, the 86, and some of these other guys running down at the bottom. Oh, as the 27 almost gets loose off the corner. The 55 of Hoke has to poke his way out of that one. Does a great job, but now he's looking for a dance partner. He's got one coming. Is the 12's going to bail on him? Go to the high side of the racetrack, 3 wide. Here's the 98 thinking about trying to take a sneaky leak to the bottom. They get tight off the corner. Contact. How did they not wreck each other?
They pretty much did, as Andrew Teft tried to get behind the 27 but was not clear, which caused Blair Holloman to bounce off the 55 and Blair went back and hit the outside wall, but they all kept it straight up to speed, and here they are now, 3 wide down the front straightaway, looking to see who's going to take over that 4th spot right now. Andrew Teft, he will concede that spot, but Truth Hope, he's still holding strong on the inside.
Did you see that crapota from the 98? What a show-off. He just found another hole out there on the racetrack and just stuffed that Ford in there like a sandwich cookie. I have no idea how he does that. It's insane.
He hears the word clear before his spotter can even start saying the dang word, because he's already in the process of throwing it up there before he's even saying clear.
I've listened to his radio communications. They don't even have clear in the vocabulary. On his radio, and his radio, it's always open. It's available.
Obviously. As he is looking to go 3 wide now for the 2nd place, trying to get around his brother of Alex, but not able to get there as he tries to squeeze up. But Blair Holloman closes the door before he can get there. So now he's going to fall back even further, back to 5th. And now he's going to have to try it again. But here comes the 86 of Kyle Hess now making a run.
Kyle Hess has been quiet, saving the tires. Now he gets that truck in a much more aggressive stance as he goes to work now. Thought about going 3 wide, tapped all the way down to the white line by himself. No help, no problem. Look at him almost overcoming 2-truck tandem on the high lane, almost able to insert himself in front of that 27. And here comes the tires on the bottom. You're going to start to see the shift of power here, folks. Oh, Tep got loose off the bottom of the corner. He's able to snag it. Does he go up to the high lane? He does. The 98 is on the move. He is now closing in on the back of Holloman and his brother Tep as he sends it back down. He's skirting the bottom of that racetrack. He's going to try to carry all that momentum to the top of the racetrack. 27 blocks it that time, but the 98, folks, he is on the move. Do not count him out of this race with just 22 laps to go, this time by at the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And Blair Holloman, he keeps getting into that outside wall, which slows his momentum. Truth Hope, just a couple laps ago, hit the wall hard on exit of turn number 2. And here comes Andrew Teft now taking over that 4th spot from Holloman. I wonder if Holloman is starting to slip because of all those wall contacts, because here comes Kyle Hess in that 86 machine.
I don't think you could be right there, but I don't think it's as much the wall contact as I've had a pretty good look at the entire side of that Monster Energy machine, and it's got a couple of scrapes, but I don't see anything bent out of shape or much structural damage there that would impact the performance. I think it's more just the abuse of that right rear and right front tire running basically the fence the entire time. Oh, wow, that didn't clear. Oh, my God. He ran out of real estate. He thought he had enough room to shove it in there, and it wasn't there. And wow, someone just pulled the poo-poo chute wide open in front of the top lane there, and that was an accident, a very rare mistake from the driver of the 98.
Facts.
He just did not anticipate that type of momentum, and that hole was closed before he even got there. As we go back to the instant replay, and this is a very rare, extremely rare miscue from the 98.
And we'll go back and get another look at it as well, but man, that 98 machine tried to lift up in the air as well. I think he got 3 of the 4 tires up off the ground. So let's go back here one more time with a different look.
I mean, he gets such a monster run in the corner on the bottom. I would have thought, too, I would have been clear up, and that 8 really got a great center and able to get back into the throttle, and that advantage Teft had on entry evaporated before he was able to commit to getting that truck up in front of him. And like I said, folks, just a rare miscue from the driver of that Ford. Everyone coming down pit lane. It becomes the hottest spot in the facility, being left by the Teft Alex version in the 43. Would you say this could be your money stop right here, right now? Absolutely. Less than 20 laps to go in this one.
The race control called that on the 8.
Well, I'm not race control, and she does a great job. So she's going to have more looks at that incident than we have.
Yeah. Now that I'm looking at it from this angle.
Oh, wait, this changes things right here.
Yeah, so he actually came.
Okay.
Yeah, so the 8 actually came down off the corner and found Teft.
Like I just said, folks at home, this is why I do not ever conflict with race control, because they have time to look at this more angles than we do in the booth. Mike, every angle we saw, it looked like the 98 just had a rare miscue.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't have enough real estate. However, you change the camera around, you send it up to the eye in the sky, that paints a completely different picture. That was the 8 coming off of the fence, which obviously is going to change the trajectory, some other geometry around, and therefore hooks the 98 across his nose.
Absolutely.
Andrew Teft, I retract my previous statement. That wasn't a rare miscue on your part. That was a little bit of someone trying to anticipate the slide job there.
And take a look here, who is out front leading this race.
I didn't even want to say his name.
And you know why he's out front leading this race?
Because he didn't go down pit road.
No, because he pitted before that incident happened. So he was able to come down pit road, start getting service, and then the yellow came out.
The Nitrous Cowboy, Troy Thomas in the 88, who has been basically just a name in the scoring pylon. I hate to say that, but he just hasn't really been a part of this show. Now everyone is focused on him as he becomes stage center attraction for this restart. As those lights go out on the truck, that means we're getting back to the business side of things, this time by at the line. Less than 20 laps to go. It's about to get rowdy.
That is an absolutely hard facts right there. Things are about to get rowdy here at Auto Club. And let me tell you what, Troy Thomas, Alex Teft, Kyle Hess, Sean Dunaway, top 4 will lead the field to the green flag. And it's all going to be in the hands of Troy Thomas here on this start. A little bit of a wobble, but he still gets a decent getaway from Alex Teft. But Sean Dunaway, he's not able to get moving on that inside like we have seen most of this race. And so he's going to fall back to third.
Sorry to cut you off there. He found the sauce on that restart. He just walked the field by himself. Let's go.
And now Alex Teft, he's all over the back bumper of Troy Thomas. He's going to make a run on the inside heading into turn number 3. Let's see what kind of momentum Troy Thomas can hold on that outside lane. He's going to be able to hold him off as they're going to looking to go 3 wide behind him with Truth Hoke and company.
Truth Hoke always sometimes finds himself at ground zero of the 3 wide, and he's basically in that position right now. Is the champ to the bottom, the Marines to the outside lane. Just literally a half a truck length ahead of him is San Filippo as he starts to reassert himself towards the front of this piece here as these laps wind down. Troy Thomas, I promise you, he is lit like a tater chip. That restart was savage. I mean, he didn't have any help, no problem. He just, I don't know how he got that restart. Is he still in front, enjoying the clean air? Go ahead, Mike.
Yes. Yeah, he's actually playing it perfectly because he will stay high here on entry. And then you see Alex Teft, he'll go low, and then he'll give all that dirty air back to Alex and take away the downforce on the front bumper of that 43 machine, which causes him to have to slow up just a little bit to make sure he doesn't hit the wall coming out of turn number 2 or turn number 4, whichever corner they're going to come out of. Because just you watch, he's going to do the same thing right here. And you're going to watch Kyle Hess. He's going to have to slide up the track because of that dirty air. Okay, I guess he was a little too far back. But yeah, that's how he was able to keep Alex Steff behind him. But right now, 15 laps to go for Nitrous Cowboy, Troy Thomas.
Or the other way to look at this, folks, when you decrease downforce, you increase brown force, or the ability to code brown somebody, especially at a racetrack like this. And when you get squeezed like that, the dirty air, sometimes the brown force goes way up in these trucks, and we almost had a case of that. Right there is the 57. Just one up and high five. I believe that was the 55 on corner entry. Woo, that was close. 4 wide again off the corner. Tried to make it 5 wide.
4 wide now with the 0-1 Hello Kitty machine taking it 4 wide, but they are able to figure themselves out before getting down here to turn 1.
That wasn't going to work going all the way into the corner. At least I don't think anyhow. We're still 3 wide. In fact, 2 lanes, 3 woes. Now they get back to 2 wide. They are getting after it now, folks. 14 laps to go. It is still Troy Thomas, the Nitrous Cowboy, over Alex Steff. Sanfilippo back up to that 3rd place position. He's back in the money. Roth in the 57. This is the furthest forward he's been all night long. And the Baby Bollyfield special out there on the racetrack. Here comes Hess. Where did he come from? The 86 is suddenly inside the top 5. What is happening out there right now on the racetrack, Mike? This is absolute ludicrous.
I don't know, but here comes that 77 of Alex Gates. He's back into the top 5 now. We saw the 77 have issues early on, but here he is now knocking back on the front door of that 3rd position as Alex Steff, he's still having issues getting around Troy Thomas for that top spot. And because of that, here comes everybody else. Now, Alex Steff, he's got to play it smart here. He's in a very good position. He doesn't need to win this race. Well, I mean, as race car drivers, you always want to win these races. However, when you're fighting for a championship in the last 2 or 3 races now, every point's going to matter. So he can hang strong right here. He's in a beautiful spot for points. But I don't think that's going to stop Alex Steff from trying to take home the race win.
Absolutely not. I couldn't agree with you more. And if right now, if I'm Alex Steff, I just want to start manipulating the trucks behind me. Well, what do I mean by that? I want to start putting my truck in all the places they want theirs to be. Basically using the dirty air to my advantage. Make them get a little agitated. Put a little bit more wheel in that truck to try to get around me. That way they cook those Goodyear Eagles. Then I can go to work on Thomas. And that's exactly kind of what Teft is doing right now. Look at him kind of offsetting himself from the bottom and the top lane. However, he might not have enough mojo juice here to overlook at him stuff it in there. He said, Andrew, you can do it. I can do it too. He went up there and just
can do, I can do better.
Yeah, that too.
I'm sorry. I had to.
You had to. No, I totally get it. That was perfect timing to drop that trinket. As now Teft back after all of that. Teft right back to where he was in 3rd. Sanfilippo jumps another position up to the runner-up. He is back to 2nd. And keep in mind, that's one of the drivers, along with Troy Thomas, that was running the bottom of the racetrack a majority of this race tonight. Oh, the 57 caught a piece of the wall. He should be okay. And that truck still looks good. The 57 holding on right now to that 5th place position as we're 4 wide again coming out of 4.
Jeez. By the way, 9 laps to go this end by as you see Andrew Teft go from top to bottom into turn number 1.
Big time Hail Mary moves. He just pulled the annexation of Puerto Rico out there on the racetrack.
Oh man, I love that movie.
If you're familiar with The Little Giants, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. That was my childhood favorite movie. That one and Rookie of the Year.
Whatever was a NASCAR version of that play, Andrew Teff just did it.
That was absolute crazy. And now Troy Thomas in that 88 machine under fire from Alex Gates.
Oh, and they ganged up on the Nitrous Cowboy. San Filippo and Teff teamed up, and they put the schnooker on him. They got him with his pants down. They're going into the corner, and they were able to clear him, but he's not done yet. The 88 is still lit like a tater chip, Cletus McFarland style in third. Here comes the Marines. They may have something to say about this as he is knocking on the back door. It's not delivery. It's Alex Gates into the corner. He's going to send it up to the high side of the racetrack. He's going to try to ship him on the top shelf for the racetrack. He doesn't have the run. The 88 has all the boogie under the hoodie. He's going to drag race Teff back to the line. It's San Filippo is going to be blocking for his life.
Oh, man. Sneeze attack. Okay, we're good. Troy Thomas now taking a look back on the inside of that number 12 machine. He's going to squeeze himself back up in front of Alex Gates. As Alex Gates, he's going to flicker in and out for just a brief moment, but that draft, here he comes now. Take a look back on the inside for the race lead. 6 laps to go.
6 laps to go, and Thomas is not surrendered. He has not flown the white flag. He has displayed the middle finger out the window saying, F you, I can do it better. Here I come. Watch this. As he's going to now pull an Andrew Teff and squeeze it up in there. Oh, he's going to go for more. He's going to turn it down to the bottom of the racetrack. What a move by the 88. He might have caught the 12 sleeping. Can he pull it? He cannot clear. That was a smart move by Troy Thomas to bail out of that one. But I love the size of the lug nuts on that race truck for trying to pull that off. That is motivating stuff out of the 88. Is he still got plenty of time this time? But we are 5 laps to go, Mike.
Let me tell you what, Troy Thomas, he is doing everything to hold on to that third position. But here comes Andrew Teff in that 98 machine. He's looking to come back into the top 3. But here comes that 0-1 of Sean Dunaway as well on the inside.
Dunaway had plans of his own there and tried to snuff out that move from Andrew Teff. Oh, he gets railroaded. They arrow push him down to the 43.
Hold on to it.
Spun.
He holds
twice, 3 times.
Let's go.
Are you kidding me, Alex Teff? We're going to come back to this as we are somehow still under green flag racing with just 3 laps to go. Or is it 4 laps to go? I've lost track.
4.
This is so it's tense at the front of this field. Andrew Teff, he has now hit the afterburner, set the dial to kill, and he has unleashed war on the entire field back up at the point. It's the 2 drivers that were working together, running the conservative lane, the low lane. They have now dialed it up to the high side of the racetrack. Is that Wayne Scott? No, it's the 77 of Gates. The Marines are now up to 3rd. Andrew Teff the 2nd, Filippo to the point, coming out of 4. It's a 2-truck single file breakaway. Then behind him, it is just absolute ludicrous. There you have the brother, the 43, the 50, 88 of Troy Thomas, who is still trying to fight for his life. And then it's 3 wide behind him, the series champ Eckert. And the high side of the racetrack, it is Hess rounding out the top 5.
Man, let me tell you what, I am out of breath just watching these moves, and with 3 laps to go, 2 this time by, my heart can't take this, Matt. My heart can't take it. This is ludicrous.
Either can my race suit, and I'm not even out there on the racetrack. 3 wide, get skinny here, boys. Look at the air moving those trucks around when they get on top of each other. Andrew Teff getting a big push there from Flipper in the 12. And here comes the Marines. Gates really now turning on the aggression. I like the offset lane choice there by the 77, trying to give himself as much clean air to the front of that Chevrolet as possible. However, he just doesn't have the help on the bottom, or at least one lane underneath these top 3 trucks that are in line in tandem. Look at the dive bomb by the 43. He's going to try to pass his brother, going for the lead, coming back to the line. What a Louisville slider! Here comes the crossover from the other
flag is in the air.
Take it away, Mike. You're vibing like a choo-choo train, buddy. Go for it.
Let me tell you what, Alex Teft, what a big move through turns 3 and 4, taking over that top spot. He not only passed 1, but he passed 2 for the race lead. Here they come out of turn number 2. Can Andrew Teft do anything to take the race win away from his brother? Here comes Brandon Sanfilippo on the inside of Andrew. Now they're going to dive down in turn number 3. Still side by side, but here comes Alex Gates. He's looking to take over that 3rd spot. Contact! Hold on to it, Alex Gates. He's going to save it, but your race winner is going to be that number 43 of Alex Teft.
Tick-tock at California. Alex Teft wins another thriller. I'm telling you, when the action is H-O freaking TT on the racetrack, that 43 is L-I-T under the lights in prime time. And Andrew comes up and gives him an old gut buster. It spins the brother out. Well, the race is over. Hopefully there's no penalty in the rule book for carnage after the checkered flag. That's going to be a dusted and busted 43 in victory lane, but he's still rolling after his brother gave him a little poke check there that sent the 43 for a ride.
Oh my God.
What a drive from Alex Teft. And did you see that save? Oh
yes.
My God, he drifted the entire corner. As I'm telling you, this guy, when you turn everything to just insane levels on the racetrack, this guy right here, Alex Teft, always comes through and is able just to be the dude at the right time that it needs to be, and he steals another one.
He really does. Then, I mean, let me tell you what, that move from 3rd place to the race lead in 3 and 4, coming to the white flag. What?
You know, the Home Depot saying, let's build something together. He said, let's build this for the replay when we take a look at the highlight reel next week. I mean, he just sent it down there, Hail Mary. I mean, 4th and forever,
Jesus.
if you will. And he was able to keep enough zest on it to clear his brother. What a move from Alex Teft in Team TRD. And like the marketing slogan says, let's go places. He took it to the front when it mattered the most. It put it across the start-finish line first over Sanfilippo. Let's go back to this replay. Like, we gotta see this again.
Look, at this point, coming out of turn 2, okay, look where that orange truck is. 4th, okay? He gets a run. He gets a run on the 77, barely clears them. Ready? Boom.
What a move! I would say that's more than a run. He catches warp drive
My God. And then Andrew comes back with a crossover. Sanfilippo gets a good run out of turn 4. And now they're just going to run it single file. Andrew Teft, he's going to try to make a run here on that 12 machine. But here comes the 77 of Alex Gates. Okay? And watch this save.
I mean, you swear to God, he has Harry Potter and Han Solo up on his booth the way he pulled that move off.
Yeah.
And then watch this save. Drift 1, drift 2, drift. That right there is the icing on the cake.
Oh, and then I didn't realize how close it was coming to the line.
Oh yeah, it was close.
All right, hang on. Let me make sure I got my Wait, where's my good cam? Where's my good cam? Hang on.
Mike is so lit he forgot what half his buttons do, and that happens. These finishes at times, they will. It's happened to me, buddy.
Okay. So it's not going to be as good, but I'm gonna have to come back here to Brandon Sanfilippo. Maybe it'd be better if I go to Andrew. No. None of these cameras do it. Here it goes. Here it goes. Look at this right here at the line.
Look how close this is. They are nose to nose.
And I believe, and it given second to Brandon Sanfilippo
by a mere thousandth, less than a thousandth of a second. That's how close it was for second place after the Magic Man strikes again with a miracle move on the final lap. I don't believe what you have just done, Alex Teft. Oh my God.
This is going to be one fun interview, but let's go ahead and take a moment. Let's catch our breath first.
I'm telling you right now, he's going to be chill like he just finished morning coffee. How much you want to bet?
Oh, guaranteed.
he's just calm, cool, collective. That was nothing.
Yeah, that was nothing. Alex Teft in that number 43 machine led 4 laps today to bring home the race win. Brandon Sanfilippo will bring it home second. Dude, it wasn't even, it's 10,000ths of a second, dude.
Wait a minute.
0.328.
It's so close it even glitched SDK or the program out here, because that is not correct, I can promise you.
No, it's possible.
Well, by that right there, they would be tied. So we have to go then to iRacing to get the other decimal point that would be missing. So it is beyond the thousands. It's in the hundreds. I mean, that was a photo finish for second place if there ever was one.
That is crazy. All right, let's go ahead and finish reading out your results here. Kyle Hess will come home fourth. Curtis Eckert will round out your top 5. Sean Dunaway, Alex Gates, Blair Holloman, Chris Gotzel, Troy Thomas will round out your top 10. And rounding out your field of 18 today, it's going to be Dennis Kane, Aaron Roth, Terry Fennell, Philip Archibald, Truth Hoke, Barry Nelson, Frank Chavez, and Kirby Wainscott in that number 10 machine. Your hard charger will go to Kyle Hess in that number 86 machine, coming up 11 spots.
Nice job, dude.
Good.
Excellent drive.
Yeah. Sean Dunaway, he will get a bonus point for leading the most laps and leading a lap. Alex Teft, your winner, he will lay out the fastest lap. And your pole sitter again was that number 12 machine of Brandon Sanfilippo. 3 cautions for a total 9 laps. 7 different leaders today. All right. Let's go talk to our race winners. This is going to be very interesting to see how Andrew Teft is going to feel about finishing third. Maybe.
I'm not sure either, but I know one thing. You had to be having fun out there. I don't know how you could race that hard and just like that for 80 laps and not be having fun, but you never know. I can't wait to hear from him and see what his thoughts are.
Yeah, okay, so iRacing, I just pulled up the race results in iRacing. Brandon Sanfilippo, it does show points 327, and Andrew Teft with a 328. But I think it's still a lot closer than that. But let's go ahead and bring up driver. Where are we at? Here we are. Driver of that number 98 Road Ranger Ford F-150, Andrew Teft. Andrew, it's Mike and Matt up in the booth. Man, what a race. I didn't anticipate today's race to be anything like what we saw today. What was it like coming back to the field after that last caution? And man, could you have gotten any closer to Brandon there at the start-finish line?
It looks like a tie down to the 1,000th at least. Yeah, it was it's a little tough to know when to go. It's easy to get freight trained up top, and the bottom would come in at the end, as you saw with Alex and myself those last few laps. But it was, if you went too early, you would just get freight trained to lose a bunch of spots. So you kind of had to play follow the leader up top until you were confident that it was okay to make a move down low. And first couple runs, I think I used too much of my right front to do that. But the last run, I think I hit it about spot on. Just yeah, I knew Alex was going to be close to clearing me off of 4, but I hope he remembers that break I cut him as he slid his bumper across my nose.
What was your thought when you saw him coming back up the track? Because when you guys dove down into turn 3, he was 4th. So he passed 3 cars for the race, or for the lead there in that one corner. So what were your thoughts when you saw him coming?
Yeah, it's kind of in a catch-22. I couldn't go too low on entry to 3, because then San Filippo could get to my outside, and I probably could have stayed a little lower. I definitely had to, run the high line there. I think if I ran bottom there, San Filippo probably would have got a huge run on me down the front stretch. So, yeah, just I think I just needed to maybe run more of a 2/3 line, enough to block San Filippo from getting up top, but not quite as long of a corner as I ran.
Yeah, for sure. But man, just what an incredible run for you. Big congrats. It's still a good points day for you here, coming home 3rd. And Matt, do you have anything for Andrew before we give the floor to him for his shoutouts?
Man, I don't got enough time on the broadcast to finish out as many questions as I have for him after that race. One thing I will say, though, I was painting a picture for everyone at home about you guys running the bottom and the effect that would have at the end with the tires saving. And my God, did you guys showcase the heck out of that near the end? What was it like, watching these guys just racing lights out to the, basically to that middle of the high lane, and knowing that you kind of have to be patient because your game plan is let these guys, just for all intents and purposes, burn their stuff up. I'm going to run the bottom and I'm going to be committed. But how was it just, was it easy to get sidetracked and kind of get sucked into that? Or was it like, man, I'm just riding right now and waiting until my time comes and then I'm going to hit the switch? Talk to me about the patience and the reserve that it takes, the mental toughness when you're watching everyone else around you just throwing haymakers at each other, and you have to be the reserve guy knowing what the plan is.
Yeah, that's a good question. Trying to think. Yeah, the only thing I can really say is you couldn't really take every move. You had to be patient, and you could throw a move low on somebody every lap if you wanted to, but sometimes it was better just to follow in line, and even if that meant bailing out of the gas quite a bit, you kind of had everybody running the top in dirty air. So it's tough to get higher than somebody. Every once in a while you could kind of squeak by, but yeah, just waiting for the right moment at the end to make that move down low, because if you choose one lap too soon, you're going backwards instead. Yeah, I think that's the best I can describe it. Just trying to be patient.
Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the voice of the HMFIC head cook, chief, and bottle washer of Racers Elite. He puts on a show. You see a lot of the signature moves tonight. The one I love, the Oreo stuffing it, just the way you're able to find space and just fit your truck in there at times is just magical. We got to see a lot of that tonight. Andrew, before we cut you loose, who do you want to thank who helps you get it done on the 98? The floor is yours.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. just a lot of desperation trying to fill those holes, because if you don't get up top, you're going to get passed by 3 or 4 more trucks probably. So you guys kind of got turned by Curtis there, but just, I don't know, just, trying to clear people off the corner, even if it's close. And, if you're stuck on the bottom, just trying to tuck in between the spot between cars up top. So, but yeah, got, a shot a few times, cutting it too close, but everybody was doing it. So I'm just going to stop rambling, but yeah, T tonight, everybody's going for a championship. So can't get hurt feelings over that. But yeah, just want to thank you guys for helping out in the booth, everybody that came out to race and, tunes in to watch, our servicemen, women, friends, family, team. Congrats to Alex. He's in pretty good shape heading into next week for his first championship, I believe. So nice season to him. And yeah, it looks like he's 11 points ahead going into next week now. And if you want to check us out, just head on over to racerselite.com. You can find all of our info over there.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, a man that rarely is lost for words. That is the one and only Andrew Teff, trying to process what just happened out there on the racetrack tonight. That's how epic the racing was. Sending it back topside to you, Mike.
Absolutely, Andrew. Congratulations, buddy, on your 3rd place finish, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, fellas.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and bring up your pole sitter, driver of that number 12 machine, Brandon Filippo, bringing it home second today. Brandon, what a race! Like, I don't even know, like, honestly, like, what questions to ask anymore, because, like, just what a race for you. How was your race, and what was your thoughts seeing Alex Teff coming out of turn number 3 with 2 to go?
Man, I was hoping my tires would hold on. I felt like I used more to get out front. I just rolled the dice there and figured if I stay high, someone's really going to have to work to try to get around me, and they both did. But yeah, I just didn't have enough tire. I think if that thing ended 3-4 laps earlier, I would have had a shot. But he ran it perfect that last 25 laps and just approached the turns well and turned it into 4th gear when it counted. So yeah, awesome job by him racing. But man, this is a track where you got to sit on the edge of your seat the whole time. People are constantly getting runs. You get a run, but if you cut to the inside, there's a good chance you get steamrolled by everybody in the outside lane. So it's tempting, but you got to have a lot of patience at a track like this and just kind of cruise until you get your moments when you can get to the outside of somebody and take off. But yeah, it was a back and forth race, but I'm just happy that it ended with me up near the front.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just absolutely speechless about this whole entire race. It was fun. It was entertaining, and man, just what a great run for you in that number 12 machine. Matt, I know you're better at this than I am, so take it away, buddy.
I'm just as perplexed as you and Andrew and everyone else that probably just ran this race. I probably need a solid day to process it to ask the proper questions up here following that one. But, that had to be a fun race to be a part of. I know I wish I was in that one. I mean, that just looked like a heck of a good time. I mean, Brandon, at the end of the day, you pretty much, you started the race up front. You kind of fell back a little bit. You were in the chaos, the 4 wides at times. Was there really a plan to getting back up there, or was there just so much, high flying, high octane racing action going on? You're just trying to almost like super speedway it, almost, just trying to time the moves right and get yourself into position, get the pushes that you needed to kind of be there at the end.
Yeah, when I got to the back there after that first mix-up 4 wide, it just kind of completely changed the outlook. So I was hoping just to save some tire, and then in about 10 laps into that run, really just run the high line with some patience and wait for some openings. And then there was a couple wrecks in front of me. I gained a couple positions, I think, each time, and just slowly picked away, and it just worked out. We're near the end of the race. I think I restarted top 5, and then just I pushed it on the outside, obviously, a little more than the other guys. And I think if I wouldn't have used so much right front to get by Troy on that one pass, I really shaved a lot off. That might have been the difference, but I still think Alex had enough in the tank in his tires to get around me. So just all in all, like you said, man, this is going to take a day to process. There's so much that happened. You had to be on the edge of your seat. I mean, as a driver or anybody involved in this race, because so many lead changes, so many moves going on. It was very intense, but very fun.
Hey, speaking of the 43, let me ask you a question. You ever see the movie The Water Boy?
Yeah.
You ever hear of a voodoo woman named Phyllis? Because that's what he used right there on that move. He got up close and personal with some voodoo witchcraft type. I don't know whatever you call it to pull off that one. And when you go back and watch that movie, you better be sitting down, because that was not human. That was like he had like someone from Star Wars and Hogwarts on his pit box to pull that one off. Like, that was supernatural. It was crazy.
Yeah, seeing that out of my left, I just felt like at some point he was going to get tight in that turn, and he didn't. It just kept taking off. I was perplexed too. That was insane.
Can't believe that. Not to pull away from what you did out there, because I mean, you had a heck of a race. I mean, I think, you know, and then let's talk about all the saves we've had tonight. I mean, you had some nice ones yourself out there. But I can't believe the amount of just insane, crazy saves we had tonight. The woulda, coulda, shouldas that never actually happened. I mean, it was just a great performance across the board from yourself, from everybody. And I know, really, you know, as you said previously for my last question, you're just hanging on for the mercy and just hoping you get a little help at the right time. But, you know, you come up a little bit short, but still, hey, second place against this level of competition is a great night, great points evening. And if I came out of here P2, I'd be as happy as you possibly could. Before we cut you loose, Brandon, who do you want to thank who helps you get it done on the 12? The floor is yours.
Kensley Smith, KS Designs, with the paint job. Alex Gates, my teammate tonight, driving extreme. Good showing by him. You guys in the booth for putting on an awesome show. I can't wait to go back and watch that one. Andrew for everything he does for the league, behind the lead, to get this going. All the drivers tonight. Again, it was just, without the size of the field we have this late in the season, that kind of track wouldn't be this fun. So appreciate to them, and shout out to everybody who tunes in and watches. My parents, my fiance Lindsay, my Aunt Frostine, Carosa family, Shoe Flow family, Mr. Pangborn, my brother. Geez, you name it, there's a lot of people tuning in and watching. So my cousin John, cousin Joe, Sean, everybody who tunes in. So appreciate it, guys.
Is, ladies and gentlemen, it's Brandon Sanfilippo is going to sit down, grab some high-quality H2O, and watch this one back. He comes home putting on a barn burner. Good for P2. Look for him to carry on the charge next week here, Tuesday nights. Thanks for joining us in the broadcast booth. You have a great one, buddy.
You too. Thank you, guys.
Brandon, make sure you turn down your sound with about 3 laps to go. Just a heads up. All right, but we'll see you next week.
Let's talk to the voodoo man.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, now joining us, driver that number 43, Racers Elite Toyota Tundra. It's going to be the one, the only, the voodoo man himself, Alex Teft. Alex, you know, first and foremost, congratulations. How the hell did you make that move with 2 to go, going from 4th to 1st in one corner?
It was just perfect place, perfect time. I had gotten that, took the high side and 1 and 2, was able to get to Gates' outside, and then I just pushed Sanfilippo all the way down the straightaway, and I just barely cleared Gates, and I knew that was my opportunity, and I knew I had the tires for it. I was saving that whole run as much as I could to pretty much try to make that move at the end on somebody, but almost threw it away by chopping Sean's nose on like 5 to go, and that was a wreck that just didn't happen. And then just sent it down there into turn 3, and it stuck, and I just barely cleared Andrew. And from there, it was just playing a little bit of draft games for the people behind, and took it home.
You know, you just made a statement. You wanted to make that move on somebody. My dude, you made it on 3 people. Just saying.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, no,
and,
it, like I
and
said, it worked out perfectly.
absolutely. And Andrew says you better remember him lifting for you coming out of turn number 4. But man, overall, Alex, just what a fantastic, incredible, edge of your seat, high octane, blood pump flowing race this was. How overall, man, how was the drive for you in that number 43 machine? And man, what does it feel like to extend your championship lead here in the Tuesday trucks?
You know, feels good to extend that lead out, and so hopefully I can just run a clean race next week and take it home. But yeah, no, throughout the race, I was doing my best to just try to save tires, like I was saying, but we got more cautions than we normally do at one of these auto club races. This track, we go cautionless. I feel like 9 times out of 10, really. But obviously, people were a bit more aggressive tonight with how close the points battle is. It was almost game over for me early on when I was trying to make a pass to lead on Sean and just didn't quite clear him and put myself in the wall. But luckily, caution came out shortly after there, so came in and took the faster pair and got it back to the front. But just throughout the night, everyone seemed to be just making those take moves more than they normally would, like I was saying, because of point situations and stuff like that. And you almost had to, because it was so easy to just get freight trained by people lining up on the top. But yeah, just really focused on running the bottom as much as I could to save tire. And then it would almost work out too if the train got so long on the top, they would build up some gaps so you could make that move on the bottom and actually pass a car or two, just because they would kind of stack up and they just have nowhere to go. So you could work your way up that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And Matt, I'm going to send it to you.
Well, Alex, I'm glad we're finally starting to hear some enthusiasm out of your voice up here in the booth, man. That right there, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that move. I think when you go back and you rewatch this and you see how close it was to epic disaster, which you kind of hit it at, and that's how these things usually go, right? If you're just a smidge the other way, it's an epic fail and everyone's booing you. However, the other side of that, everyone's like going to remember you probably the rest of their life for tonight. I pinpointed or highlighted all night. You were being conservative, running the bottom. You and a couple other drivers clearly have a strategy. You guys have the experience. You knew what you guys were doing. If you told me you knew you were going to save that in the tank to take out, to pass 4 cars the way you did on a power move, I don't have the words to describe what you did. That was, if someone doesn't send that into the iRacing top 10, it is blasphemy. Like, that needs to get sent.
I'm going to have it sent here in about 10 minutes.
It was almost like how close you got when you cut down. You got so close to the other truck like an air shove. It seemed to have a massive burst of speed when you cut down and cleared him. I mean, you had so much mojo. We've seen it all in like everyone failing, to pass one truck with that little where you popped off there. You clear 4 with space. I mean, I'm going ballistic. I can't believe what just happened. Mike's over there choking. He can't even talk. He muted. He was so ecstatic. And that was probably one of the best things I've ever seen in iRacing. And I've seen a lot of stuff, but I'm not even just sugarcoating it. Here's the guy, and I always say this about you. You always turn up in these big moments, whether if it's a race that has just a lot of prestige to it, a lot of importance, or just moments like this when it is just an all-out free-for-all racetrack. They're back and forth, keep switching lanes up, down, left, right, you drifting. You just have this way of just dialing up these miracle Hail Mary moves and just coming out on top. And here you are again in a Toyota in the 43 with one of the best possible moves I've ever seen in iRacing on a track that no longer exists. So thanks for highlighting what made this place so great, and it was being able to do exactly what you did. I don't think I got any questions for you. I mean, that was just a hell of a race. And did you know when you sent that truck, was you going to go one way or the other? Either this is going to work or it's going to be a disaster. That's the only question I got for you. Let me restate that.
I knew I had the speed to pull it off. I just wasn't sure. I knew it was going to be close, and I was trying to judge it as best as I could through that rear mirror to make sure I could clear myself. But if it was I had to make that decision. It was either I wanted to win the race or I was going backwards. So, and I had to run, and it was just I had to take it. So it's either that or I'm in the wall and last, but trying to get those bonus points to extend that points lead. That was the main thing because I've been trying to get one of these championships for a while, so this should put me in a good spot for next week.
I'll tell you what, if that doesn't, I don't know what will. And that, ladies and gentlemen, right there is the awesome Mr. Showtime himself, Alex Teft, comes home first with one of the best moves you will ever see in esports on the old side of things. Go back and clip this broadcast, save it, show your friends, get out there on the socials. It will blow your mind if you haven't seen what this man did just a few moments ago. Alex, before we cut you loose, who do you want to thank who helped you get it done on the 43? The floor is yours.
We want to thank the Network for putting the broadcast, so definitely be watching this one back. I'm sure it was exciting to watch the route because it was wild racing out there. And thank the League Yourself Races Elite, and thank the Chick Goop guys for showing up, and we work together good all the time. And thank the friends and the viewers that watch all the time, my parents and my wife.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Teft. He says he's from the chicken coop, but it took all the beef in the world to pull that one off tonight, and he did in prime time. He's your winner, the 43, the one and only Alex Teft. Thanks for joining us up here in the booth. Mike, back up to you, and I just have a hunch this move is going to be remembered for a long time, just not only in Racers Elite, but just in esports oval racing in general. I'm still speechless.
Yeah, I'm honest. Yeah. I mean, I'm absolutely just, dude. I've been on this service for 16 years, and never have I ever seen a move so beautifully done, so sketchy heading down into the corner. And it actually stick, and he come home with the race. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to be clipping this one. I'm going to be sending it over to the top 10 right now as soon as I hit end on this broadcast. Because let me say what that's got the world needs to see that move. And oh man, if it doesn't make top 10, then we got a problem.
Let's see how it doesn't. I mean, that was it. You know what? Moments like that are why I still do this broadcasting stuff, because you've done this for a while. The things that are exciting day one don't necessarily bite and hit the same when you've been doing this for a little bit of time. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but moments like that, oh damn, where else would you want to be when something like that happens, right? Being able to talk to him right after it happens, the heat of the moment, and you have the ability to be the one to ask him those questions, to get that reaction. That's why I still enjoy doing this, for moments like that. What a race here tonight from the track that only exists in the digital realm. That being the Auto Club Speedway here in Southern California, under the lights in prime time. Take a look here at the points. Andrew Teft has a solid lead at 2,153. Blair Holloman, Sean Dunaway, that's your top three. San Filippo, Andrew Teft, Gates Ho, Curtis Hector, Troy Thomas, and Archibald, that's your top 10. Then you got the Colonel and company. Going to highlight just a couple names here. Kirby in 11th. Then you have Frank Chavez, longtime Racers Elite competitor there in 14th. Pendle rounds out your top 15. Joshua Norton, Alan Wild, and Barry Nelson, that's the top 20. As we end here tonight from the Blimp View, want to thank and take a moment to thank all the partner sponsors. Alex Teft for having the lug nuts to even attempt that move here in prime time. I will ever be thankful to all the partner sponsors, men and women behind the scenes that make this great league possible. And as the late, great Tony Trupasso said, as you walk down the road of life this week, do us all a favor. Don't play in traffic, and we'll see you next time right here on Racers Elite Network. If you don't subscribe after that, there is something wrong, folks. Hit the button. Hit the button. Good night.
You're clear.
Did you like the ending? Hit the button.
Yeah.
Dude, that was nuts.
Yeah. Holy smokes.
I can't believe he pulled that crap out off. What a freaking move.
Yeah, I if that's the kind of race that we were going to have, I would have called you a bullshit liar.
I know, right? I would have laughed in your face, dude. What a rip. I mean, that was damn.
I ain't gonna lie, that's the
Dude,
best racing I've ever seen at Auto Club, dude.
Dude, I've
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based